I had two end tables that I wasn't using, so I deconstructed them to make a storage cabinet. The second table had a leaf on either side. This was the table that I would deconstruct. I began by using medium grit sandpaper to remove the finish from the entire table. After sanding, I removed both leaves, the top. Well, I removed everything and was left with a lot of pieces to work with. The top of the second table was going to be the top of the new cabinet, but first I had to build a frame. I started by building a U shape out of 1x3s, which I glued and screwed together. I then attached those to the back and the front of this first table's top. I used pieces of the second table to attach the U-frames together and then attached those to the top of the table. I even used screws from the second table. Now for the sides of the cabinet. I measured and cut 1/4 inch plywood to size, then nailed it to the frame that I had made. For extra storage, I added a piece of pegboard to the back. I made shelves using the wings from underneath the leaves of the second table and the sides of the drawer. Once the cabinet was enclosed, I added trim around the entire piece. I used 1/2 inch square trim, which I glued and nailed in place. I wanted to add shelving inside the cabinet, so I cut down 2 of the legs from the second table and spray painted them copper. I also primed the entire cabinet with spray paint. That really wasn't such a good idea. It was really cold in the garage where I was working, so I brought the cabinet inside to paint it. Once it was dry, I added the legs for the shelving, and the actual shelves were made with the 1/4 inch plywood pieces that I had left from the sides. I also screwed a small shelf along the back of the cabinet for craft paint. This shelf was made with a piece of the drawer from the second table. To add a little pizzazz, I glued a piece of wrapping paper inside. The print had copper flowers which matched the legs of the shelf. Using command hooks and a dowel, I added storage for thread. I also stapled a piece of elastic at the bottom and used that as storage for my paper rolls. To add hanging baskets, I cut dowels to size, fit them into the pegboard, and then threaded them through dollar store baskets. The top shelves were made from the wings and the drawers of the second table, and the doors were made from the leaves. I hope this inspires you to deconstruct something you already own to make something totally brand new.